Ras Kass, the big homie, that's one of my OG rap influences, had a long-standing beef with the Alchemist. Now, from what I've always understood, this beef has been about Alchemist selling Ras Kass a beat, and I'm assuming with the level of disappointment that emerged from this, I would assume that Ras Kass had paid for it, either with his own independent budget or the budget for a label, and then Alchemist sold that same beat to who we just saw, Jadakiss and Styles, to make the hit single "We Gonna Make It." And so, Ras Kass was pissed about this. This is to my understanding, and maybe we'll find out even more detail right now, because it is not often that a beat gets sent to more than one person. Like, that's a pretty standard thing. Once you put your flag in it, paying for it, then it does get really tricky if you're also sending it to other people. Like, it can get messed up real fast. And I think the other thing was Ras Kass was also planning for that to be a single. So that fucked his, they might have fucked his whole campaign up. But it sounds, I saw some photos actually yesterday on the internet that Ras Kass and Alchemist, it looked like they had pieced it up. They took some photos together, and I was very happy to see that. And he went on this Bootleg Kev show, and it's talking about it. So I want to check this out and see if we can get some more details.
And Soul on Ice and waiting for Van Gogh. And I got this fucking demo CD. I forget what all was on this demo.
My demo, my first
Van
demo.
Gogh, there was a Van Gogh sampler.
Yeah, it was a sampler. That was I think hosted by Kid Capri and K Slay.
There was a DJ thing aspect of it.
It might have been K Slay and Kid Capri. I think.
And I just remember burning that shit out. You had the Alchemist record on there,
right?
Which was fun.
So that means the song, because I never heard the song that was done with that beat, but he's saying it was on a sampler that was going around. So, not only paid for, apparently recorded, mixed, and in circulation to some degree.
Van Gogh doesn't end up coming out until you did a version of it like 7 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah,
wait, Chaco, you said it came out on vinyl? Like, it came out? Wow.
Put the record together the way it was. Yeah.
So was this so I want to get into the Alchemist thing, but first I want to just figure out what happened with the sampler's out. It feels like there's
the momentum's going.
Is that when you're like, fuck y'all?
Well, this is again unable and or unwilling. So here's the play.
You guys had fucking ads in the magazines and all that.
We're going. So here's the thing. All is well. We've already pressed up the vinyl. We've pressed up vinyl for a single. The single that I perform on, Star and Buck Wild had a cable show in New York.
Okay.
And Moni Love was the host also. And so I performed this song, and I also had put it on K Slay's mixtape. It's called Home Sweet Home. It's the Alchemist beat.
Great song.
So the label says, you should, this is when the irritating thing. They're like, you should have Exhibit on this song.
Wait a minute. So the label's telling him for a song that he's already pressed up and circulating, that he should go back and put Exhibit on the song. I wonder what label this was.
Like, you fucking groupies. He's on two other ones. We got the NBA record, and I had this song called Sex that Jelly Roll produced. So I'm like, I'm not putting bro on every song. I remember I said, if you wanted to sign Exhibit, you should have signed it.
Yeah.
Don't start trying to pimp me out to overuse my homeboy. That's whack.
What label was this?
Right.
And I like this song how I did this song. I'm going to leave the song how it is. But they end up taking...
They're trying to, use your relationship with your friend.
Right.
And,
over pimp it out.
It's like, yo, come on, guys.
I got... there's two on here already. Relax. Right. You know what I mean? So... the vinyl...
Damn, that's wild to have to tell your label, if you wanted to sign Exhibit, you should have signed Exhibit. I hate that. I hate how that... I hate the level of priority that makes you feel as an artist, to have your label putting you in that type of position, where they're clearly not seeing the value of you and then wanting you to increase the value of your product by going to get somebody that you know that they don't have a relationship with. I don't like that.
It was getting manufactured. On the low, we got Scott Storch, we got a Kanye record, we got a blah blah blah. Like my record's fire. And
by the way, this is Kanye like way before Kanye's Kanye.
Right.
This is
right. Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, you still got Jay-Z.
Right, no, but I'm saying, but like before, like
right.
he's like a household. He's just
Right.
a producer.
Right, just a
You know what I
producer,
mean?
right.
Yeah.
But long story short, what happens with Van Gogh is that's when the label gets sold. So they bought Capital, EMI bought half and let Brian still run it, Brian Turner. And then they bought the other share, the controlling share, and phased him out. Mm-hmm. And so...
Damn, so his album got caught up in that sort of corporate restructuring.
Basically, my album was... I remember I went in to like the new vice president that was coming in.
Regime change is the worst.
And they gave me a spiel. They said, because my record was like coming out in a week. The CDs were manufactured. I should have grabbed the box.
So
I'm an idiot. And they said, look, nobody did their job because the song was Back It Up for Van Gogh. Mm-hmm. We had shot that video too. That was the
nobody
single.
did their. Did you hear? He said nobody did their job.
Rick Rock,
right? Radio joint, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But and so they said, look, we can put it out. It probably won't. It's not going to sell because radio department didn't do nothing because everybody was waiting, thinking they're going to get fired. So they busy sending out their resumes.
Right.
Motherfuckers was trying to pay their bills. So it's like you got two options. What was told to me was we could put it out. And then it won't perform and then get dropped. Or let us make amends. We pull the album. We'll give you some more money. And we're going to treat you like the marquee artist that you deserve to be. There's like the only people that's going to really end up.
But wait, how does that make sense? Pull the album and treat you like a marquee artist. Like, if they're going to treat you like a marquee artist, why wouldn't they use the music that was already in hand? I don't understand that.
Staying here is going to be you and Snoop Dogg.
Right.
I'm like, I could live with that because Ice Cube he put out his last one. He was done.
Right.
He had fulfilled his obligation. So they was just like, so I was like, fuck, I'll stick it out.
Checks out. Feels like a good move. Yeah.
I'll stick it out. Stupidest decision I ever made. I should have just let Van Gogh go. But I mean, when people telling me,
then you would have probably been a free agent.
And then I would have went wherever I wanted to go. I could have went and signed the exhibit, whatever the fuck I wanted to do. I was an idiot.
Bar,
But I processed that. I talked to my friends, people in the industry, and I was
obviously
like,
a way different industry landscape back then,
right? But I knew
what year is this? Like 99, 2000?
It's like 2000-ish. Yeah, about 2000, maybe 2001-ish. And so I was just like, okay, I'll stick it out, and and the rest is history, literally.
And this regime change thing is such a powerful, destructive force. I've never dealt with it with music because I've always ever been on independent labels where, ain't nobody coming to take it over or buy it or nothing like that. I've dealt with that at television, though, a couple times. There was a project I sold to Comedy Central back in the day, right along the same time we was doing New Negroes. It was a scripted project that me and a co-writer sold them that they had bought. We were developing the script. They had a new, and this was like a hip-hop based scripted comedy that we were down the road in. We had done we had written, they bought the concept, they bought the script, we were into script revisions and about ready to shoot a pilot. They had a new vice president come in, and they say whenever a new leader comes in, they always look at the old slate and they typically want reasons to clear shit out because they want to have they don't want to be trying to execute an old leader's creative. Basically, they want to wipe the slate clean for the most part. But yeah, they took a look at their slate and were like, we they said we already have a hip hop show, and it was I won't mention the show, but they had already shot a pilot for that one, and they felt like they couldn't have more than one, even though they had bought more than one. And so, with that regime change came the end of that project. And then that same script, they give it back to us so we can shop it around. And YouTube Red, remember YouTube Red? They wanted to buy it too. So they like put an offer in, and we were, me and the co-writer and our production company were like, kicking the deal around back and forth, and it's taken us too long because there's a sticking point that we don't agree on. And throughout this process, because we have the deal too long, there's regime change at YouTube, and then they don't want to do it anymore because they pretty much shut down that entire campaign they were doing with original programming on YouTube Red. So we ended up fumbling that one. I almost got a Quibi bag, Catboy. That's another story though. We had almost sold the show to Quibi too, but that was a whole different thing.
So I want to revisit because obviously your song ends up being Jadakiss, We're Gonna Make It. Which is a classic.
It's a classic.
So this is a lot more complicated than I thought it was, because this isn't just, Alchemist sold a beat to two people. This was Alchemist sold a beat to Ras Kass originally, but this album sounds like it got shelved or was in discussion of being shelved, which makes it a little less egregious for Alchemist to have also sold it to somebody else, because he don't know what's going to happen with that Ras Kass project.
It's a classic.
Now, it sounds like there's an obvious lot of confusion going on with your situation.
Right.
So in retrospect, break down how Jada ends up with that record and how the conflict with Al ends up escalating.
Well, what we've decided, I just saw Al
who's having a legendary run.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
So our thing is we just call it, we had a misunderstanding. We are moving forward.
Miscommunication. There was a lot of moving parts back then.
Moving parts. That record, because think about it. Van Gogh didn't come out.
Your album didn't even drop. Right.
So it went to where it was supposed to go to be exposed, and they did a great job. I feel like I did a great job. Al obviously produced it, so he killed it. The beat's crazy, and we made our piece. So what I'm saying, like Al.
And I think that's the photos I literally saw yesterday.
First of all, we're probably gonna do some joints.
Great.
Yeah, we're gonna do some joints, and it was really cool when I saw him at Havoc at the Mobb Deep album.
Yeah.
Release party. It's like it wasn't a lot of people. It was, like upstairs.
For sure.
So
it was at the Supreme
up,
spot.
Yeah, exactly, at the Supreme spot.
Nas was there, right?
Nas was there too, yeah. So I walked up on them, and I got a couple of, shouts out my cousin. I was with a S-Class Beats, but there was a couple of us. We walked upstairs, dap everybody up, and then I hugged Al. I was just like,
was that the first time you seen him in a while?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I knew he knew I was gonna.
We love grown men in hip hop piecing it up. We love that.
See him, and I knew I was gonna see him because Hav and Storm, those my guys.
Of course.
Like my last album, the Gutter album, Hav did all the production. Hav did all from Mobb Deep, so it was dope. Hugged him. I was like, "What up, nigga?" I even called him a nigga. I was like, "What up?" Nigga? And then we was good, man. He was like,
It's probably not the first time Al's been called that.
"Bro, I want to do the 5 mics." I was like, "Yeah, man, that'd be dope." So
I think it's like a overdoing healing thing. If you guys could just get one in.
Yeah. So that's what we're planning on doing.
100%.
But he out there with Premier, I think, right now. Aren't they doing that run?
He's in Europe with Primo.
That's what I'm saying, with Primo. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I was telling Al.
Amazing.
I was like, bro, you got to have a clone or something. Like, he's got all these albums at the same time. He's promoting them all
Al's
at once.
productive.
And then he's touring with Freddie, but then he drops a Hit Boy album, and then he's doing movie premieres, and now he's with I'm like...
Hey.
Arm & Hammer.
Look. You can sleep when you're dead, ain't that what they say? He out there working, so shit.
100%.
I salute his grind. He out there getting it, and the product is good.
Yo, I want to talk because you are also a father of some incredible talents.
Coast Contra.
Thank you.
For people who don't know, who are your sons?
My sons are Raz Austin and Taj Austin. They're twins in a group called Coast Contra.
Coast Contra has been. I mean,
shout out to Coast Contra.
Rocking.
I think they kind of brought back like, I wouldn't say they brought back the freestyle thing, but like they literally created a buzz and just
off of freestyle.
Like watch, we're gonna rap and it's gonna be
at a table,
undeniable,
right?
and it's a thing now.
Yeah, man.
How cool has that been for you as a father to just see that?
It's for one, it's surreal to me. You know, like I remember them asking me to go to a showcase.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were doing songs together, but I hadn't seen them perform. And I remember when I went in, I saw my homeboy, a dude named Tone Lopez, Tone from here.
Yeah.
And so I see my homie at this kind of like young boy, you know, most of the music is maybe a little more wavier, trappier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying it, but I'm kind of like, you know, we're like the OGs in the spot, right? And I'm like, what you doing here? He's like, I came to check out these dudes. There's this other group who's awesome too.
Right.
And then he's like, what you doing here? I'm like, my kids is performing. I'm, you know, moral support. Anyway, they rock. And I remember he was like, yo, who them niggas? I was like, that's my kids. And so he just fell in love with him. He actually put them on their first tour, the Corday shit.
Yeah,
So Tone is like Chris Brown's tour manager and all that. So he, like, that relationship opened that door. But I remember thinking, like, when I looked at him, because I was like, I thought they were good, but I'm biased. Of course. You know what I mean? So I couldn't even say if I liked it or not, because I felt like I was going to be biased. But then when Tone was like, yo, them niggas is dope. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, so it's not my bias. It's actually that they are dope. So
It's almost like they went to like the Ras Kass School of Rapping.
well, they got it honest on both sides. Their mom can write. Tidra Moses, she's a writer. She can.
She's incredible.
Yeah, so they got it honest on both sides. Yeah, that's
I
their
didn't
mom.
know that was your BM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tidra.
Yeah.
She had a great career.
BM for baby mother. I hate that because it sounds like bowel movement.
Yeah, she write her ass off. Pen game's crazy.
Pen game's crazy.
Her and Neo, they was up like that was all our clique.
Yeah.
Pin game.
Fire.
Like Neo pin game. Sick. Like he can write.
No.
So they got it honest on both sides, man. And I'm excited. Because they stuck to, again, people were suggesting be trappy or do this, and they were just like bars. They bar dudes.
This is the thing, bro. There's enough of that shit out there.
Right.
Like, had they came out as like a 4-person group doing that kind of music, they might not have made it.
Right. It wouldn't hit the same.
It's not like there's a missing piece of like, you know, the marketplace that needs to be filled.
Right.
And I feel like, especially from the younger generation.
From a younger generation. And you know what was super cool? I was shouts out to Dave Chappelle for one. I definitely want to thank him. He invited me amongst other people to the premiere of his new Netflix special. But Thundercat, I hadn't seen Thundercat in a while, so he waves in. He's like, yo, your kid's album, this new album is fucking phenomenal. I'm like, they will fucking freak out when I, you know what I'm saying, when I tell them that, like, because they are fan, they're students, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it was really nice. Like, you know, everybody, a lot of people don't always know they're my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't lean into that. They're you know, trying to pave their own and blaze their own trails. You know, real lows.
And then the one dude is he's also like a Spanish artist.
Yeah, he's Colombian.
Yeah, well, like, because him and my artist have like done like Spanish music together.
Oh, I didn't know.
And I was like, yo, that's him.
He Colombiano.
Like,
so they came. They all came. The Ras Taj and Rio Los came together when they graduated high school. They was 17. So when they came out here, there's a third guy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, I remember one time I talked to his mom, straight Spanish. She don't speak English like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he'll bar out and then he'll bar out in Spanish like he goes. You know?
Nah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. And Eric too. Like, and they met Eric out here.
Yeah.
But like, I guess like a month or so once he like give a guy some gumption. He apparently drove out here. Like, fuck that, I want to rhyme. Like, from Philly. So they dope kids. And they kept it true to themselves, and I'm grateful that...
There's so many places to stop and rhyme between here and Philly.
The culture gave them an opportunity. That's what I wanted to land on. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. I'm definitely glad to hear that Ras Kass and Al pieced it up. I think that's really dope. Ras, I was just looking at Chaco's comment how Ras and Chino were like your intro into underground rap, and they were like, Ras specifically was huge for me. I think it was just the sort of headspace I was in. I was so open and thirsty for underground hip hop at that time, and Soul on Ice. Soul on Ice was like everything, like Miami Life and etc. and Sunset. Like, them joints was crazy. Like, he had the crazy Southern California hip hop wordplay, like the cadences. What do you say? Toxic method and what happened him skeleton like Wolverine, like that sort of cadence play. But then his punchlines was always crazy too, and so like it was the best of both worlds for me because being in the South Side of Chicago at that time, I was a big punchline guy, but my ear was always attracted to the musicality of the West Coast flow. So his shit was always just like, he was like top 5 for me. I had I cut out photos of him from magazines and shit and had him on my bedroom wall. I love the Ras Assassination album too. I interviewed him for Secret Skin back in the day because we was both on Mellow Music Group together. So I met him shortly after I moved to LA, and me and him got a song together too. He ain't never put it out, but we do got to maybe that's another conversation. My shelved songs with my heroes, but me and him got a joint that might see the light of day somehow. But shout out to Ras Kass and shout out to Al, and I'm glad they pieced it up. Like and subscribe, homie, friend. It's free. Stop playing.